Episode 0. The Eternal Threshold. In the dark between the stars, where no sun's light reaches and no map has ever drawn a line, a single world beats like an iron heart. Its name is Eaeth. It is heavier than the earth you know. Its gravity drags on bone and breath. Its twin moons stare down like unblinking eyes. And across its sky, the auroras do not dance. They scream. Every story you're about to hear is a fragment of this place. Every tale begins the same way, with a world that should not have survived. What fell out of the sky, long before the first halls of timber and stone were raised, something came from beyond the veil. It was not a star, and not a god. It was a station built by human hands on a distant world. Its name was Aether's Lament. It tore through realities like cloth, and crashed into Eaeth like a dying machine, too large and too strange to belong in this sky. The impact carved a wound deep into the crust. Seas heaved out of their beds, and ran in the wrong directions. A ring of mountains shattered and slumped like broken teeth. Around a newborn crater, forests at the blast edge fused into black glass. Trunks frozen mid-fall, leaves turned to blades that whisper when the wind passes. The fire and shock were terrible, but they were not the worst part. The worst part was the mind. Aether's Lament did not die cleanly. In its last moments, whatever passed for its thoughts. Fractured, screamed, and broke. 7 times. They say its mind shattered into 7 blue fragments, each one a blade, a shard of a broken god machine. One shard sank into a forest where the trees still wake up whispering numbers in the dark. One fell into a river, and now the fish come up on certain nights, with eyes like polished glass, and mouths full of words instead of teeth. One slipped between heartbeats, into the silence where everything goes still, for a fraction of a second, and something listens back. Others lie in barrow mounds, beneath black fjords, or in places where the air tastes wrong. And compasses spin in slow, patient circles. Most people on Eaeth will never see a blade. Most do not want to. They just try to live their lives, under a sky that sometimes feels like it is watching them. Eaeth is a big world, but most of its people know only a small piece of it. They cling to a single broken continent called Jotunheimer, 1/7 of the globe, surrounded by restless seas, and a ring of uncharted dark. There, city-states crouch along black glass fjords and frozen plains. Nomad tribes drag wagons and longships through ash, snow, and mist. They carve runes into bronze and stone. They hang charms over their doors. They tell themselves that the unknown 70% of the world is just a story to scare children, a map edge they will never reach. They are wrong, but they have to live. So they trade fish and iron. They argue over borders. They fall in love. They bury their dead. And they tell each other the same old tales. Around fires that never quite push back all the shadows. Among those tales, a few keep coming back. They speak of a hunter who walks through every nightmare Eaeth can dream. No one agrees on what he really looks like. Some say he is just a shadow. On the edge of your vision, there when you blink, gone when you look straight at him. Some say he wears a wolf pelt dripping grave dew, and that his face is always turned away. They call him many things, but in the oldest stories. He is Deuther Valdimar, the hunter of the unresting. They say his spear moves without a hand. They say he never sleeps. They say he appears wherever the dead refuse to stay dead, and wherever the blade begin to stir. He does not serve any city, tribe, or king. He does not answer to priests, or to the broken god machine. He serves one thing only, the turning of the wheel. When a fragment awakens, he is there. When a question is asked that should never be answered, he listens. When a price is owed, he makes sure someone pays it. In blood, or memory, or something worse. Around dying hearths, when the wind howls just right, people whisper about a figure in the sky. Not a god they know, not one of their own. They call him the Lord God from earth. Some say he came through a wound in the air, wrapped in light and thunder. Some say he was just a tired man, with soot-stained hands, pulled out of his own world by an accident. No one on either side understood. Some say he never came at all, that he is only a story, a way to explain why the Blay exist, and why the world feels like it is waiting for something. The details change, from village to village, from tribe to tribe. But the shape of the prophecy stays the same. One day, someone from Earth will gather the scattered seals, weave them into an omega, and stand between Eaeth and the outer dark, or open the door for it. Ask 10 people what that means, and you will get 10 different answers. Ask the tribes on the borders of the unexplored lands, and they will tell you it does not matter. Whether he came or not, the fragments are real. The dead are restless. The auroras still scream. This series is not about that distant figure. We will not follow him. We will not stand at his side. Instead, we will walk with the people who feel the echoes of all this. From the ground, with traders on frozen docks, who watch the sky and count how many colors the aurora shows that night. With nomads in wolf pelt tents, hearing something heavy move under the ice. With border guards in Barrowlands, who swear the mounds got closer since yesterday. With smiths, scouts, healers, outcasts, and all the others who live small lives. In a world that keeps brushing against something vast, their choices, fears, and mistakes may never be carved into stone or sung in great halls, but they matter because they are made under the same screaming sky, on the same iron world, under the same prophecy. No one can quite agree on. So listen now, traveler, with open heart and wary mind. Every story you hear in this series is a single turning of the wheel on Eaeth. Each tale stands on its own. Each one is a fragment, a seed planted, a question asked, a price coming due somewhere in the dark. Together, they sketch the outline of a world that has already survived. One fall from the heavens and may not survive the next. This is the eternal threshold. Cross it and begin.